Okay, so Kathleen, you are, but you're a doctor. You have your own clinic in Houston. So tell us, but you're also an artist, and I love that we're having this conversation because so many people that are listening to this, they would probably say that they identify as a profession with what they do during the day, and they do more art on the
Totally.
side. And I love that you're like, you don't have to choose,
Exactly.
one or the
Exactly.
other.
Yeah, I think that it's really interesting because even with some of my friends and the people who have encountered me in both spaces, they're like, "So when are you going to do one or the other?" And it's like it it's almost frustrating because it's like I don't have to choose. I don't have to choose, and each practice lends to the other so well because my spiritual cultivative practice, which now includes my art, informs me as a healer, and my the space that I hold as a healer informs me as an artist as well. And so I feel like I need both in my life in order to go further,
For sure.
to develop. Yeah.
Yeah, and what part of my art practice includes, meditation and just plugging
Hmm.
in, and so I think that's, we are speaking the same language. But um, I did not grow up like I wasn't that kid that was drawing and painting and have any sort of visual art stuff. I didn't grow up that way. Can you tell us how art played a role maybe in your you know childhood or your upbringing, and just walk us through that.
Totally. I think that, this is something that you and I have connected over because we didn't grow up with access to the arts, because we didn't grow up with many resources. And the truth is that when we were younger, you had to pay for art supplies, you had to pay for classes, and we just didn't have that. And I grew up thinking that art was for other people. I grew up in a family that really appreciated art, that had artistry. Like we have music, um, we have a love for aesthetic, but and a deep respect for art. But making it was a different story. Like my dad dabbled in some painting, but growing up, it was really expensive to like get crayons even. Like I had basic set of crayons. That was like Christmas.
Yeah.
That was my Christmas present, and it was like, great, now you have school supplies. Um, and so the idea of like having a full color palette to play with, or like the tools necessary to play with that, um, it just wasn't. I had told myself that it wasn't for me.
Hmm.
And so it wasn't until I was older with my own resources where I was like, you know what, I'm going to do this for myself.